Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 45. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle W. Herzog.
That's just my new name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
This is like when
I rebranded.
Darlene renames her boyfriend on Roseanne. His
What
name
did she
wasn't
name
even
him?
David. It was Kevin.
And she just didn't like it.
Yeah, and then he was David for the rest of the series. But when she first met him, his name was Kevin.
Was that the storyline that she renamed him? Or
Yeah, because then like a couple of seasons later, Roseanne's like, you're so controlling or whatever she said that you changed David's name to David.
Do you think that was like an oversight on the thing and then they had to address it?
Yes, I think that they weren't planning on having him be a regular, like returning character. And they just, I don't know, changed his name. And I think that they had to like cover it up eventually.
Something bad happened in the writer's room.
Yeah, I like that shit,
something slipped through the cracks. Yeah, I mean, I've had my lab partner in freshman year of high school. Do you know about this?
No.
My lab partner freshman year of high school was Melissa. Mm-hmm. She was very nice. I think we're still Facebook friends. I don't know if she listens to this, but shout out to Melissa. I called her Nancy Drew for absolutely no reason.
No, was she inquisitive?
Nope. That's just what I decided her name was going to be.
Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes.
I don't know why.
Why not? Did she look like a Nancy?
To me, I guess
she looked like a Drew.
A Nancy Drew all the way. Yeah, that was just, it was like, that's what,
yeah. I don't even know what I would call you if it weren't Tracey. Like what the hell else would your name be? Who knows?
I don't know.
The world's your oyster. I don't know.
I'll get back to you.
Okay, right. Because we all have names we probably wanted to be named, but I just look at you like, what do you look like in a name?
Well, for quite a while in my when I went to school, a lot of people called me Teresa, or like, how like you get Nicole. Yeah, I get Teresa, I get Stacy. Mm-hmm. Like, and I just answered it, whatever.
No, me too. I'm like, I don't fucking.
When people bring me up on stage, they're like, how do you say your name? And I was like, listen, you say it however you want to say it. I know I'm next.
How do you say my name?
Yeah, like
how
my
do you
last
say your
name. No one can say my last name. Yeah.
Okay. We were at a show like a couple of months ago, right? The guy could not figure out your last name. He just said Tracey.
Right? I was like, listen, this is the thing. They are overachievers and they think they're going to remember my last name. And if you don't know me, you're not going to remember my last name. You're not going to remember how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
So just accept it. Because I've accepted it. And I always say, like, they'll be like Carnazzo or Carnazzo. And I'm like, I don't care how you say it at all. I know I'm next. No one's sitting there. Also, no one's listening. When you say who the next comic is, like, no one's listening. No one's like writing it down on a notepad. So it's fine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't hear it. Like, they're yelling your name. It's fine. It's me. I'm next. So don't worry about my last name.
You are.
Yeah. I always say, like, just say something Italian. I'll just get on stage.
Right.
Tracey Spaghetti.
Yeah. Right. Franchise.
Tracey Franchise. Delish.
Yum. That's a good name. It's a solid name.
Tracey Franchise. That's like Jimmy Pesto in Bob's Burgers.
Listen, I like it.
Season 8, episode 59 of Catfish, the television show. Pamela and Fernando.
What an episode.
Was it?
No, that was sarcasm.
All right. Well, we're in. So guys, if you want to listen to more of us, patreon.com/trash talk podcast for everything Tracey and Noelle, everything trash talk. And also you can get unexpected trash talk on Patreon as well.
Also, are they ever going to give us a backstory on anybody ever again? Or we're past that?
Different format.
Okay, no more backstories.
No more backstories.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. All right, so they're in a hotel in DC, Cammy and Reeve. And I guess that's
recovering
like where they
from Britney's episode. Yeah, recovering. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay, so Kaylee writes in for her cousin Pamela.
Sure.
Pamela's been dating a guy for 6 years. She lives in Utah. Fernando lives in Caracas, Venezuela. And he stood her up over 20 times. His camera's been broken for 5 years. She sent him around $4,000. So she's like, here's my cousin Pam's number. She's from Venezuela. Mm-hmm. But she's from Provo, Utah. And they go there.
I just want to tell you that my whole life, my grandmother had an obsession with Caracas.
How did you
say
did.
Caracas? I'm not really sure how to say it, but anytime Caracas. I would call her like Like she would talk to somebody on the phone. They're like, "Where you been?" She's like, "Caracas," or however you say it. I don't know. I'm
Caracas.
very
Yeah.
uneducated.
See, I know that. Yeah, you're showing everyone that. You don't have to say it out loud. Your pronunciation is telling them the story that you're
Caracas.
Caracas. So I'll tell you, I have a personal connection to both of these places.
Okay, why?
Okay, well, Caracas is in Venezuela, right? And Caracas is also the name of my favorite arepa restaurant, Caracas Arepa Bar. That's how they say it when you call to order takeout.
Where?
There's two of them. There's one in Brooklyn and Williamsburg, and there's one on I think it's 6th or 7th Street, and
Sounds great.
A and 1. Noelle,
I love an arepa.
Right, but this is a stuffed arepa.
Okay, so our friend Teresa used to get them all the time, stuffed arepas, and she would like rave about them.
So this is the one I get. I get the pollo. It's grilled chicken, caramelized onions, cheddar cheese. They have a hot sauce that's made of mangoes that even Tracey likes. Have you ever had this?
No, I don't think so.
I've never taken you there. Yeah, this is like my jam. It's like a very vibrant yellow hot sauce.
Yes, I've had a mango hot sauce.
Not like this, you haven't. It is so delicious.
But I also don't really like mangoes.
It doesn't really taste like mango.
Okay.
It's just like the sweetness, I guess, counteracts the spiciness. But no, it's not like super mango-y.
Yeah.
It's not like a mango salsa or anything like that.
I don't go for that. Yeah.
There is another one that I really like. It's called the gato. It is this Venezuelan white cheese that is similar to fresh mozzarella.
That's the one that Teresa used to get. She used to talk about this cheese
with avocado. And then you put the hot sauce on it.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I love avocado.
It's so good. You would love these. You know what? I'm going to take you there soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Caracas Arepa. And then they go, thank you for calling Caracas Arepa Bar. So I have a personal, thing with Caracas.
Okay. All right.
Provo, Utah. I spent a lot of time in Provo, Utah. Provo, Utah is a beautiful place. When you saw them like driving, we'll get there, but like when they were driving, even just in the coming attractions, when they were driving to the park, did you see those mountains?
I did.
It's such a beautiful, beautiful place. I did spend some time there.
Believe it or not, I think, and I don't quote me on this, I'm going to ask her. I think that's where my mother's mother was from.
Shut
I'm not
up.
even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. Yeah.
Really?
That was my first thought as soon as she said it. I'm like, wait, I think my grandmother was from there.
Oh, I really enjoyed. There was a very good frozen yogurt place there.
People question why we're friends.
I know it was gelato and frozen yogurt, and it was just so delicious. I spent a lot of time at the frozen yogurt place there.
What flavor?
I don't remember what flavor I used to get. Maybe I used to get like stracciatella or something like that, but it was so freaking good.
Sounds good.
It was a great. I gotta ask my mom what flavors we used to get there at the.
Sounds good.
Yeah, at the gelato place, but it was very, very delicious. But Provo, Utah is it's just such a beautiful, like.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
I am so into, as far as like scenery, the Southwest.
Okay, agreed.
It's like, these are the, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, you have to go and you have to travel abroad and stuff. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. But like, if you're from the Northeast, go to the Southwest.
Yes, it's so true.
It's like a different world.
Gorgeous.
Oh
yeah.
God. And we didn't even see half of what we need.
I know.
I
would love to live in like Arizona.
I would like to Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. I love it all.
Yes, agreed.
Colorado. Caracas. Okay, so let's get back to the task at hand. So there's a crisis in Venezuela right now. Very, very bad things are happening in Venezuela. So they're like, maybe that's why he needed the money. Sure. And then they go to her house.
Sure.
Okay. I love that her house is just, there's no personal items. It's clean as a whistle. And there's just a little stack of board games on the shelf for some.
Where else have we seen this?
And it's like, hello, I watched 90 Day Fiance. I know that this is an Airbnb.
But honestly, you couldn't make this a little less Airbnb.
But why are we doing this? Why can't she just say I'm in an Airbnb because we're filming? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, who cares?
We're not supposed to. This is not necessarily a reality show. This is more it's supposed to be documentary style.
Yeah.
And it bothers me that we're doing this.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's very dumb. So she went to school to be a medical assistant, but she does lashes, eyebrows, and nails. She's an esthetician.
Okay.
So they met on Instagram when she was moving to the States.
Right.
And they text, and it's in Spanish.
Right.
So they chat a lot. He said she's so beautiful. His camera broke. And then we find out he had a really bad knee. So she paid for the surgery. It was $2,500. What a good deal.
$2,500 for a new knee.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So they spoke on the phone 3 times in 6 years.
Right.
She also casually slips in that she's gained 100 pounds.
She's also, she offered him a phone because his camera was broken.
Well, I got to tell you, at that point, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like, if we're going to be in love,
$2,500.
I know, but if we're going to be in love and like all this, and like, that's the only thing that's keeping you from video chatting with me, then I'll buy you the phone.
Right. Or a laptop.
Right.
Something.
Or
right.
an iPad or something. Something
Sure.
is going to happen. Okay. So, she said that he's her soulmate, and she asked him for pictures of himself, but he used the pictures of 5 different guys.
Okay. So they didn't elaborate. So she's like, he used 5 guys. And I was like, what does this mean?
The hamburger, 5 guys.
Right. Because I dig it.
So he's sent her pictures, and then he's like, no, that's not me. Here's the real me. And then she's like, no, that's not you. And he's like, okay, here's the real me. So he's done this 5 different times.
But what's with her?
She literally said that she does not care who he is, what his name is, anything about him, as long as he's not female.
Right. She doesn't care if he has kids.
She doesn't care.
Nothing.
She doesn't care. They're like,
Yep.
what if he has kids? She's like, that's fine. They're like, what about if he's a murderer? She's like, that's fine. They're like, what about if he's murdered his kids? She's like, perfect. Then we don't have to deal with the kids.
Right. If he's has an extra limb, whatever.
Doesn't care. She does not care as long as he's not female. So his best friend, Daniela, used to call her every day. And she's even FaceTimed with Daniela.
Which is weird as fuck because she doesn't FaceTime Fernando.
Okay, but what if you were FaceTiming Daniela and you were like, hey, when you were with Fernando, can you FaceTime me?
Right.
Mm-mm.
It's so weird.
So one night, her and Fernando fell asleep on the phone. I guess this was one of her 3 phone calls.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And in the morning, when they fell asleep on the phone, she heard Daniela's grandmother saying, wake up, to Daniela. And then it was Daniela on the phone. What?
So did they pass off phones? Like, how the hell did this happen?
He said that she took his phone in the middle of it. What?
Okay.
Hang up the phone.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hang up the phone when you go to sleep. Stop it,
That's
people.
Very weird.
People.
But that's what I mean. Also, why do you have to talk on the phone to go to sleep? Go to sleep.
But also, when you know that you're asleep, hang the phone up.
Yeah, it's weird.
So her family thinks that they stopped talking 2 years ago because they were so mad at her that they kicked her out of the house, and she had to sleep in her car for a month because she's talking to some stranger online.
Well, now she's living in Airbnb, so
I know, she's really living it up. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
All right. Well, Noelle, are you tired of sex podcasts that only focus on how to please your man? Then Sydnee in the Sheets is the podcast for you. There are a lot of other sex podcasts out there, but they can be intimidating. Sydnee in the Sheets feels like a real conversation you'd have with your girlfriends. Not enough people to talk about how to make sex a better experience for women. Sydnee in the Sheets is a sex positive podcast made by women for women. Sydnee and her friends will talk about losing your virginity, body count, purity culture, sex positions, lube, and everything in between. They'll talk about the good, the bad, the uncomfortable, and the embarrassing parts of sex and relationships, because no one should ever be having bad sex. Sydnee in the Sheets is available now on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can listen ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or in the Wondery app. So don't forget to listen to Sydnee in the Sheets, because I don't know, that's a fun podcast.
I was just going to say, that sounds pretty fun. I want to listen to that.
Yeah, let's listen to Sydnee in the Sheets. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. So they're going to go to this coffee house for some research.
They're really trying to bring Max back here.
I know. So they go and they image search, but they're like, oh, she already did that. So here, let's plug a new site to search. And they do it by eyeballs.
Yeah, like a facial recognition.
Whatever. They're just trying to plug a new product.
Yeah.
All right. So they find his picture. The first picture that he sent is some guy, Louise, from a newspaper. They find him. He's this gay guy, 22,000 followers. Isn't it funny how it's always a gay guy? Because gay guys are always like, not always, but I don't know. There's so many gay guys that are like super hot, super in shape.
They look
post
great
so
in
many
all their pictures.
They post so many good pictures.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, let's just use him.
Hell yeah, I would too, though. That's like perfect. And they're going to post forever.
Exactly.
Like, they keep up with social media much better than I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now they do a phone number search, and his number, nothing comes up. Right. And Daniela's comes up that it's from Pennsylvania, even though it's a Venezuelan number.
Yeah, that's weird.
Very weird. So they look at Fernando's Instagram, and it says that he lives in Miami and there's no pictures.
Right.
So they look at Daniela's Instagram, and they look and it says there's no posts. And she also posts on her story and says that she's in the States and tags Fernando because he's also in the States.
See, why don't we ever talk about this?
Never.
Okay.
So now it's snowing in Provo. And they're like, listen.
It's like really snowing.
Noelle, they're like all the way in the mountains.
Yeah.
Like this is a very snowy area. So they're like, let's just message him. But they have to message him in Espanol.
Right.
So they message him. Now, a lot of people are like, since when did Eve and Cammie speak Spanish? And it's like, they probably don't. It's fairly basic Spanish that they're speaking because I understand what they're saying. But also like, they're probably just, there's a few sentences that they knew they wanted to type.
Of all things on the show, that's what bothers you.
They memorized it. I don't know. They probably just used a translator and then and then she was translating for them.
Who cares?
But I'm saying like, this wasn't like,
it's not
brain surgery.
They're not speaking like Swahili. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I'm sure that everyone took Spanish in school.
Yes.
Like I said, I understand what they're saying.
Right. It's basic Spanish. It's
very basic.
Yeah.
Like I could say most of what they said.
Yes.
I would need a little assistance, but like I could get my point across with how they were doing it.
And how do you know she wasn't like telling them what to write?
She was.
Just cut that out.
But that's what I'm saying. She was telling them what to write as well. So he messages her right away after they send the message and asks what's going
away.
and says what's going on. He's like, I just want to talk to you privately, not with the show, and I want you to forgive me.
But like, forgive you for what?
Well, I mean, obviously he's not who he says he is.
Right, but we don't. Who is he even say he is? No, there's not he's not saying that he's anybody.
But that's the thing. He's not saying that he's anybody. He's just saying I'm Fernando, but you'll never see a picture of me. I'm not going to show you my face. And that's how it goes.
I'll stand you up 20 times.
Right. And you'll do it, stand you up 20 times and
willingly
you'll do it 5 more times at that.
Yep.
So they're like, you have to meet her and you have to meet her now. And he goes, okay, tomorrow. And then he Googles Catfish Park in Provo and sends it to them.
It's funny. There's a catfish park in every state.
Of course there is. Now I was reading on Reddit. You read the Reddit thread as well, right? And they were saying like, of course Catfish did this because they needed to buy some screen time. And the reason they film in the parks is because it's you don't need any clearance to film in the park.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like royalty free. You could do this. Also, I knew exactly what was happening when this. So we're gonna get there. So anyway,
I know. Same though.
They ask her to like, please consider the lies. So like, whoever it is, they've been lying to you.
Right.
They sent you 5 different photos. They stood you up 20 times. So like, you can't just fall in love with whoever it is. Like you have to see the red flags regardless.
Why are you willing to accept literally everything?
Right.
Accept a woman. I would rather accept a woman.
Me too. Trust me, me too. So now Neve and Cammie are together in the hotel. And Neve goes behind her with a ski mask. Now, let me tell you, she didn't really react.
No.
Okay, just saying. Right? I didn't think so.
No, she didn't react. I mean, I probably would have lost my mind. If someone actually did that to me, I'd probably be very scared.
I don't know. See, I go either way.
Well, that's the thing. It's either it looks like you would think someone was standing in front of me with a machete.
Right.
Or I'm going to fall asleep because I'm not interested.
Or like it's a New York reaction.
Yeah.
Where it's like, can you please stop stabbing me?
I'm late.
I know. So they go to Catfish Park and she's like, I only slept 3 hours. I didn't sleep at all. I only slept 3 hours. And I'm like, 3 hours?
Yeah,
That's
a good
not sleeping.
night.
That's a great night.
Yeah.
You did not sleep at all. You slept 3 full hours.
Right. So you did sleep.
So please stop. Now they're looking at like every person walking around and she's like, oh, could it be that guy in the tree? And I think she meant in the trees.
Yes.
But I was like, tell me this guy is in a tree.
Is like camouflaging himself.
I can't take it. That's what I was waiting for. So now cars pull up, right? And then they have one car pull up and a woman gets out with flowers.
Right.
And she's like, hi, I'm just the delivery driver looking for Pamela. And they're like, oh, you're just the delivery driver? Do you know anything about the person that sent you? And she goes, I have no idea why the cameras are here. They're like, we didn't ask you that. Right. And she's like, okay, goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
She had a microphone on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She had to sign a waiver.
I know. It's like, I have to tell you, I forget these things or I overlook them.
Right.
And I think because of you, I see them now.
Yeah. Like you can't just film something. Everyone's mic'd.
I know. And that's why I'm always like, oh, wow, look at this. And I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be real because they're mic'd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually don't like you for pointing that out to me. You've ruined much for me.
You know what's funny? Like when we did Cash Cab, I knew what was happening because I was very aware of my surroundings.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, I feel like I almost hate that I'm so, because there's other parts of my life where I'm so aloof.
No, I get that.
And I don't pay attention to anything. And then there's other parts where like I pay attention to so many things that I'm like, oh, I saw that coming from a mile away.
No, I agree with you on that. But also when it comes to things like Cash Cab, like I had no idea, but like, I don't know anything about this stuff. I don't know how like showbiz works. Right. You do.
A little bit more. But
yeah.
Really. I mean, listen, I'm a star, but whatever, you know, it's
that's what I mean. Listen, you were a child star. You were on Full House.
That's true. That is true. I did film for about 10 weeks with them, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, I have no idea why the cameras are here. And the note says basically like, I wish I could be there, but I love you. And then she's crying. The flowers are very nice. Why did
he send them to a park?
He didn't send anyone anywhere. None of this is real. Yeah. Catfish was like, we can't just have him on screen and then it's just him and then that's it.
Yeah.
They're like, what are we going to do? Do you want to go to a park? And she's like, I'll go to a park. She's like, I'll even pretend I don't know where the park is.
Yeah.
Also, what's everyone doing walking around in the park in the snow by themselves?
It's very okay, but why are there so many people walking around in the trees?
They live there in the trees. All right, so she's crying, and then he texts her, I'm so sorry. And she's like, you have to video chat with me. And he's like, okay, I'll video chat with you. So they go back to the Airbnb.
Right.
And they video chat with Fernando.
They go to the basement this time. They have to go downstairs.
Go downstairs to the Airbnb.
Oh,
and it's just Fernando from Venezuela. He's cute.
But is this even real?
I don't know. He said he's super insecure.
Sure.
About what?
But like you're not. I know that you're not.
Right. And he said that he was the reason why he didn't really want to talk on the phone or video chat is because he was trying to stay anonymous.
Right. But now he borrowed a friend's phone.
And he said Daniela is his best friend and there's nothing going on between them. I like how she almost pretended that she thought he was sleeping with Daniela. And that's like, that was never even a question.
It's like,
in the
girl,
beginning.
you slept with Daniela, actually.
you thought you were gonna.
Yeah.
So then she's like, is the knee surgery real? And he's like, yes, my knee. Ow.
Ouch.
And they were like, okay, so that's the truth.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you
they just believe it.
He said he's using a friend's phone. And he said he's tired of lying. So in January, he will come see her. He loves her. And she's like, okay, well, you call me when you're coming.
Right.
And he said that she's the love of his life. He wants to marry her. I mean, this guy lays it on really thick. She's like, oh my God, it's real. No one asked why Daniela was tagging him in a post that said that they live in the United States.
Why does his profile say Miami?
Why doesn't he have any pictures on it?
Right.
Why doesn't Daniela have any pictures on it?
Right.
What's the point of having Instagram if you have no pictures and then you post no pictures?
And why did she post a random story again and tag him in it?
And saying that they live in the United States, though.
Right.
What?
There's something wrong here. We have not gotten to the bottom of this.
I don't belong here. Something is wrong here.
I haven't heard that in a long time. At first, I thought you were going the Radiohead route.
Oh no, this was who's this? Uncle Cracker?
Yeah.
Great.
Uh-huh.
He's great. He's so great. Eye roll.
I thought you were, I don't belong here. I thought we were doing Creep.
No, I was doing it backwards.
Ah, okay.
I did the
Yeah,
lyrics
Uncle
backwards.
Cracker. Gross.
Yeah, I know. It's like grandpa bread. Noelle, now we get an update 2 months later.
Right.
He's like, I went to the consulate and I got my passport and now I will be there tomorrow. And then they're like, are you guys going to live together? And he's like, I will be with her.
Right. And
What?
she's like, we're going to be in love. He's going to be here and we're going to be in love. What does that mean?
Also, is she a citizen? Because you remember she was like, when I was ready to leave, when I was moving, how are you here? Are you a citizen? Can you marry him to stay here? What's your plan? I need to know more information.
Right. Are you going to sponsor him?
I don't know what the laws are.
Are they going to be on before the 90 days?
Are they preparing for that?
Yeah.
Is this real?
I don't want to watch them if they are.
I definitely don't want to watch them.
No, I definitely don't want to watch
everything he's lied to you about is fine because he was insecure.
She doesn't care.
Why are Neve and Cammy feeding into this? They're like,
it surprises me how okay with it, especially Neve, because he doesn't like anybody ever.
Okay, can I say something really mean?
Yeah.
I feel like Neve and Cammy, not Cammy as much, but Neve, we've seen this in the beginning of Catfish. I think that when people are overweight, he thinks they cannot do better.
Okay, so I get that.
Because he's always been like that. Like he'll tell you, like, no, you're too attractive for that. And I feel like he's like, I feel like she's not attractive enough. Like, I mean, not that it's true, but I'm saying like that's how I feel that Neve kind of acts sometimes.
I wish that he would have pointed out to her, like, girl, don't be so desperate.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like, oh, it's okay because we don't think you're conventionally attractive.
I don't know.
That's how I feel.
Always get that vibe from him, especially not Cammy.
I said not Cammy as much, but definitely Neve.
Listen, I will never forget the way Neve and that girl wouldn't stop hugging and touching.
The hugging and the touching and the hugging and the touching.
I've never seen anything like that.
He was like, let me cup your breast to make you feel better about your catfish situation. Yeah. And she was like,
suckle you.
Oh, Noelle. Yeah, that was super intense.
No, I know. It was weird. And that was the one that wasn't like gonna air or it didn't air. Yeah.
There was like some problem with it. Noelle, what do you think about this?
Tracey, I think this was a very strange episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I truly even believe anything that Fernando is selling. I don't know if I even believe that was him. Maybe she was talking to Daniela and he's almost like covering up. I don't know.
Also, he was going there in January. We're recording this Thursday, March 10th.
Yeah.
Where's the update?
Right. I wish they would do a catfish reunion.
So they did an update 2 days before he was supposed to come. They couldn't update it. They couldn't do an extra week update.
Right.
And see if he came.
I wish that they would do reunions again. They only did like a few, like two.
Really need.
Yeah. Because the last reunion, remember when we covered that one? It had like Rose was on it.
Oh man, Rose.
Tacos.
Let me tell you something. Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Rose is okay. I was looking through old photos. I was trying to find something. I forgot what it was. And in your iPhone, you could like type in the month and the year, and it will bring up all of the photos from that area. And I was like, what is this in my phone? Is this pornography in my phone? I was like, who is this? Whose boobs are these? And I'm like, oh, that's Rose.
Is that so crazy?
I had all these pictures of Rose.
That's very funny, right? We were very invested in the things that she was doing.
I know.
I can't wait to revisit old episodes at some point.
I know. So I don't know if this is the finale or not.
Yeah.
Some people were saying it is, so I hope it is.
I didn't see a preview for next week.
Okay, so maybe it's the finale. So I guess we're gonna go back. I think we're on season 2?
Like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like pretty early on in season 2.
So I guess we're gonna go back to that next week. That sounds fun.
There's so many priceless episodes.
Okay, but this is the other thing. I like doing old episodes because I like finding out what happened with the people.
Me too. That's what it is. I like because now you can't really find any updates.
There's no updates because it just happened.
Yeah. But like you go back, we're going back like, I don't know, what is it, 10 years?
But
or
really,
something?
Catfish, you
8 years?
couldn't give it another week?
I know. Lame.
Super lame. We have to start getting these people on. I actually reached out to Pamela. Sorry guys, it's very late at night, 7:04 p.m. I reached out to Pamela for an update. I don't know if legally she'll give us one, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I have to tell you, I had so many questions that I just had to ask Pamela to be on the show. Pamela, thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you, girls. I'm an open book.
Oh, thank God, because we have so many questions. You had us
Yes.
scratching our heads a lot in this episode.
Yeah, a lot of people have loved the episode and they're just like, I connect with everyone, I think, or they connect with me. I don't know. But yeah, like people, it's crazy for an updater to see where I'm at with Fernando.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you. And thank you so much for giving us this update. And we will definitely share this with everyone. So we're watching your episode and there are so many things that we're like, that doesn't make a ton of sense. So basically you, your cousin wrote into the show.
Mm-hmm, yes.
But we never met her. We never really got a backstory on her. And it was just a throwaway.
Right.
What's up with your cousin?
Yeah, so she's the crazy one. And she'll used to talk to me like, she's catfish. And I'm like, you know what? Shut up. And then one day she just she contacted the program like catfish. Right. And I couldn't believe when like she sent my story.
Right.
And when, they contact me and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it, because I used to watch Catfish for my whole, like when I was little and my whole, when I was a teenager. So for me, it was very shocking that actually was real, that I was going to be a part of the show when I used to watch the show. But yeah, she was the crazy one and she sent my story because she wanted help for me and, see the truth, who was Fernando and all that. But actually, well, she's my kind of like my only cousin.
Right.
And she lives in LA. Oh,
okay. So she lives in LA. That's why she wasn't on.
Okay.
So now the first thing we do is that Neve and Cammie come to your house.
Yes.
And we noticed a lot of board games in the background and we're like, I don't know why they keep doing this. They really set up. It's like, why couldn't they film in your real house?
That was my house.
Was it? It looks like an Airbnb. You have
your house is spotless.
Then why is your house so clean?
Who lives there?
My mom, she's freaked out with the cleanness and everything. Like everything needs to be perfect.
I would like your mom to come here.
Yeah, could she come live with
me? So you do lashes, you do eyebrows, you do nails. You have quite a little thing going on.
Yes.
You do manis.
Yes, that's kind of like my passion.
I love it.
Yeah, that's I love to do nails. You can girl.
Oh, I love that.
Cute.
Yes,
I don't mean to brag, and I know that you guys can't see this, but I'll post it in the group. I do a little nail art myself.
Yeah, she does.
It's not a big deal. It's not
a big gosh, they look great.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
They look great.
I was like, oh, this is I love
that
this.
Is so cute.
These are encrusted flowers.
Ooh.
Oh, they are real flowers.
Oh, Pamela, you're gonna have to send us a picture of that. And we're gonna post it in the Catfish group.
Maybe you should come to New York.
You should come to New York. I don't know if you need anyone like to hire an extra person, but like I'm pretty, self-taught, no license. So you guys met on Instagram when you were moving. Were you living in Caracas?
No. Okay. He is from Caracas. That's the capital, from Venezuela. Right. And we started talking when I was just like right here, just like barely moving. And
where were you moving from?
I was moving from Venezuela, but I'm kind of like I'm from Maracaibo, another city.
Okay.
Not from the capital.
Okay. All right, I see this. So you've been to New York City. We talked a little bit before we started recording, and you've been to New York City. And when you were in New York City, did you know that did you go to any Venezuelan restaurants?
Actually, I didn't. I just
Okay.
only stayed on Times Square.
No.
Pamela. Okay, here's the thing,
No.
Pamela. You have to come
What?
back.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant. There's actually 2 locations. One of them's in Brooklyn, one of them's in Manhattan. We talked about this again just now on the episode when we recorded, and it's called Caracas. It's Caracas Arepa Bar, and it's Venezuelan arepas, which is my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, I love to make arepas.
I
Please
would
come
love for you.
over.
Yeah, I would like to. I
Come
would like for
over.
you and
Bring your
whole
mom.
family. It sounds amazing. So the next thing that we find out is that his camera is broken, and he also needed $2,500 for a knee surgery, which I thought was a great deal for a knee surgery.
Yeah, in other places like Latin America countries,
Mhm.
like surgeries are cheaper than United States.
Right. That's why a lot of people travel.
Get like
Yes.
breast implants.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
Cement in their butt.
I think like breast implants on Venezuela, it's like about 3,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not
what a
bad at
deal.
all.
I'll get 4.
Yeah, that's like in other countries is way much cheaper than here.
Yeah.
Sure. So now the other thing that you really, really pressed in this episode were that you didn't really care who he was. You didn't care what he looked like. You didn't care what his name was. You didn't care anything about him as long as he wasn't a female, meaning that it wasn't Daniela.
Yes.
Okay.
Because love it's blind.
Is it though?
Yes.
You didn't care. So if he was the ugliest guy in the world and he smelled bad, you're good.
Matter.
Why,
oh my
Pamela?
God, you're a nice person.
You're a
Because
nicer person. I am.
that has solution. I mean, if you suck and you just smell bad, would that have solution? Like taking a shower, putting deodorant or, putting perfume on, that everything has solution. I think the only thing in the world that doesn't have solution is death. Like,
Right.
but if you're alive, you can get any solution to any type of problem.
Right. So you got kicked out of your house.
Yeah.
And you had to sleep in your car for a whole month. How was that?
Obviously missing bed, missing being cozy and all that. But yeah, it was just like an experience. And I mean, I'm a very positive person.
Right.
And obviously no one wants to sleep in a car or something like that, but it's just happened.
And have you repaired your relationship with your family?
Yes.
Okay. So you're
How did they feel about Fernando now?
After watching the episode and see who he was, the person that I have been talking to, and how he spoke and speaks to me, right now they're more
They're
open.
okay.
They're open to it. Okay. So now we see Fernando's Instagram account and it says Miami.
Yes.
That doesn't make you
You know
question
what?
anything?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. It's just like, I don't know.
Did you ever ask him about it?
I don't remember, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if because he loves Miami, he has something with Miami,
Right.
I don't know.
So Daniela had posted a story on Instagram. She has no post, but she posted a story on Instagram basically saying that she lives in the States now and tags Fernando in it. What was that all about?
Yeah, like you saw me on the episode. I was like, kind of like, what?
Did you ever ask them about that?
Actually, no.
Oh dear, we have to get them on the line.
Yeah, you was just like, I was kind of like shocked, and I was like, yeah, what's this about? Like, I was like, didn't make sense to me.
Right. So now we see you go to a park, which we like to call when people on Catfish go to a park, we call it Catfish Park. So we see you drive to Catfish Park with the beautiful scenery in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And this is clearly set up by MTV. They want you to have a bouquet of flowers delivered, and the delivery person.
No, Fernando sent me the flowers.
Why was the delivery person, when she came out, she was like, I have no clue why the cameras are here. And she was mic'd and everything.
No, she was shocked about it. Like, it was, I don't know, a teenager, she was an adult, but she was shocked about it. But yeah, Fernando sent me the flowers, and yeah.
Interesting. So they do talk to you, Neve and Cammie talk to you and say, listen, no matter who you meet, just remember they have lied to you and you do have to consider that. So now you go to, this is when you're in the park now.
Right.
And the note says, I wish I could be there, but I love you. And then he agrees to go into the video chat. How did you feel?
I was really nervous, like a lot of emotions at the same time. Like I was feeling anxious, I was feeling happy, kind of sad, like, you know, like just like a bunch of emotions, but I have my happy ending.
Of course.
So,
well, we're going to get there in a second. So he's very insecure, he says, and that is why he said that he was hiding himself. He said that he was trying to stay anonymous by not giving you too many phone calls. What exactly? I mean, we see him. He's a good looking guy. What was his insecurity about?
probably like we haven't talked like that much about that, but as he says, insecurity, he's probably thought that he was not going to be my type of guy, or I wasn't going to like him or something like that. Just insecures, I think, like all of we deal like every single day.
Sure. Did you get upset that he sent you so many pictures of so many different strangers?
Yeah.
Of course, that's upset, but I mean, I prefer not to focus on the bad things. I just prefer focus on good things.
Okay.
I'm that type of person. Like I always like I'm with always positive vibes. I'm always looking for good things to get out. I'm not that type of person that it's my like I cannot judge anyone. That's
Okay.
how I am. Like doesn't matter what the person have done, doesn't matter what the person are, like I cannot judge that person because I don't know what that person have been through. So I'm not the type of person that it's in you know, to judge that person or start questions. Oh, why this, why this? No, I always try to, you know, focus on good stuff and improve things, you know, to be
Right.
better.
Of course. So now we get the 2-month. So he says that he loves you. He wants to get married. And then we get the 2-month check-in. And the 2-month check-in was that he was going the next day to get his passport. And he was going to, I'm assuming, move here.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me where we are with that now. So now we're in March. This is Sunday, March 13th. And what is the update on this?
Right. So delay happened on his passport.
Okay.
But he already has his passport. So I'm hoping that I can be with him next week or so.
Okay, so he's supposed to be coming here next week. There was a very large delay because that was in January. This is now March. When he says he's going to come here, does he mean he's moving here?
Or just visiting?
Well, I don't know. We need to see what's better for him and what he's allowed to do with his, you know, if he's allowed to stay or for how long he can come. The plan is moving together, obviously, but
eventually. So right now he's just coming for a visit.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know because I prefer going to a lawyer, you know, be everything so he can be good with.
Is he taking all of his belongings and moving into your house with you and your family, or did you get an apartment?
I don't know yet.
Okay, so when are we gonna find out?
Question. So when he comes, I will, you know, we will talk, you know, we will settle things down. Okay, like what's best for us. Okay, you know, but I want him first to be here. So
sure. So when he comes here, are you still living with your family?
Yes.
Okay, so when he comes here, he's going to be staying with you and your family?
Probably not. Probably might stay at a hotel. Like I have no clue exactly for that. But he might stay at an hotel. I'm sorry? He might stay in a hotel.
He might stay in a hotel. Okay, and then you'll go stay with him.
Yes.
And then you're going to try to figure out all of the logistics of it. So what does he have to come here on a visa, like a visitor's visa, a tourist visa at first?
Actually no, because he has an European passport.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he can come here and travel. He doesn't need a specific visa.
Yeah, he doesn't need like a visa like other people needs to apply for a visa.
Right.
Sure.
But
So now if we talked a little bit, we do another podcast on 90 Day Fiance. And during the episode, we were like, this is the perfect couple for 90 Day Fiance.
Yes.
And, apparently a lot of people have been bringing that up to you.
yeah,
So,
someone mentioned that to me and I was like, I don't know, I haven't seen that, like what's about, but I mean, I would love to, or I would love to hear more about that or something like that.
right. So 90 Day Fiance usually follows couples that are looking to bring someone to another country for citizenship and marry them. And it's usually a real relationship. And it just so happens that they live in different countries. So the problem is, though, now, if you married him, and obviously, you have to go to a lawyer and everything, but if you married him, would he get citizenship here?
No, I don't think it's like that. No, I think for you becoming a citizenship, you have to go through a whole process and long process.
Sure, but would he be getting his green card by marrying you? Meaning, like,
No.
you just moved from Venezuela as well. So he would probably need to look into a different way to stay here.
Mhm.
Yes, that's what I wanna go to a lawyer to see like what are the options,
Right.
like to be legal and to do everything what needs to be done
Okay.
for him staying. But I haven't go to a lawyer yet.
Right. So it's not as simple as just getting married and then,
Oh,
going
yeah,
through the
no.
rest of the process because of your citizenship and your status.
Yes, it's not like you just get married and then you get the green card and then get your
Right.
citizenship. No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing if Fernando comes. Have you guys been video chatting since then?
Oh yes, definitely. I think like after the episode, things have been much easier.
Right.
And he now can be on the camera and not be shy or not speak to me. We just we just video chat, we say I love you each other, we talk like best friends, like, but at the same time we're a couple. And yeah, that's great because we can do that. We can talk on the phone, we can do video chat now.
Did he have to buy a new phone since his camera was broken, or was that something that he just said?
No, actually his camera has been broke.
So he had to buy a new phone. Did you have to purchase that phone for him?
Oh, no.
Okay,
No.
so he did it for himself. Have you spoken to Daniela?
No.
Are you guys
No.
not on good terms?
No, yeah, but I mean, no, we don't have like kind of like a relation or something like that, or friends, no. And
And
I'm
him and her are still best friends?
yes, they are. They are best friends. But yeah, I'm a really busy person and I'm only focused on my business, and well, I'm a student. Then I have my spa. I'm not always could be, texting with someone or
Sure.
talking with friends. I just have like my top of priority of people that I talk, and that's it.
So what else do you want to tell everyone? Because you've been getting crazy amount of followers on Instagram. You've been getting so many questions. What are some of the questions that people are asking you, and what do you want to tell them?
So like they be patient, that I promise that I will keep everyone updated, that I will post. I will make a post about the update, what's the update and everything. So I will tell them to be patient, that I will keep them updated and I will post with everything like the update. And then like I want to tell them like I'm waiting for Fernando and probably we're going to be together next week or so. So we can post all our pictures together. People, because obviously people want to see us together, like
Of
hugging
course.
each other, taking good pictures of it. And I will definitely share everything with the people that have followed me and they want an update so bad.
Amazing. So are there any questions that people have been asking you that we didn't ask you?
Basically, no. People just have told me like, we want an update so bad.
Yeah, where is he? Right?
Yeah.
Where is he? If he make it, I haven't seen Fernando. Can you tell us about Fernando? Blah, blah, blah. The normal type of stuff that people want to know. But yeah, like I share a story on my Instagram saying that thank you for all the love and support, because people have told me super kind things, and I just told them like I'm just gonna keep you all updated. I'm just gonna I did kind of like a quiz or something like that. If people wants me to tell my update on a story or a live or a post, and more than 200 of people have voted for more 200 of people have voted for we want to post.
Amazing.
So I have, like a lot of people have commend me like that.
Well, hopefully everyone will be also listening to the podcast and they could hear a little bit of the update here.
Yes.
And our last question for you, what is your favorite arepa?
Everything. You can eat arepa with everything.
What do you usually, when you make arepas at home, what do you usually eat with?
I think that a really good one that I would recommend, it's an arepa with chicken, with shredded chicken, and then with cheese on it, and then with tartara sauce. Oof, that's
okay.
bomb.
So I'm sorry, I have a follow-up question. So when I go to Caracas Arepa Bar, they have a hot sauce that's yellow and it's made with mango. Do you make this sauce? Is that just from that restaurant?
No, I think that's for that restaurant. Because
all right. Well, Pamela, when you come here, we're going to take you there.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm open to it. Totally down.
Well, thank you so much. Pamela, tell everyone where they could follow you, where they could find your story, and about your Instagram.
All right. So I have 2 Instagrams account. One is kind of like my personal one. It is Pamela Martinez with 2 C at the end, and then 1. And then my business account, it's by Pam Spa. And in both accounts, like I share stuff. So if anyone wants an update, they can follow me on both accounts because I can post either on Pamela or I can post either on my Pam Spa, depending.
Awesome.
On where I have more people asking me, like, we want an update.
Well, everyone's going to be following you now that they listen to this. And thank you so much for being here with us. And we hope to hear from you soon. And good luck with everything.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pamela. We'll see you soon. All right. Make sure you follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram and Twitter. You could follow me at Trixie2Zini on Instagram and Twitter, and go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for all things trash talk and Tracey. My upcoming tour dates are on there. And also I've been using Byte aligners, and my code is Byte19. So let's go to byte.com and use code Tracey. Sorry, it's not Byte19, it's Tracey19. But that is also on TraceyCarnazzo.com. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, no, don't goodbye yet.
Okay.
Come join our Facebook group, Catfish Trash Talk, and give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on wherever you listen to us on.
That would be really nice of you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.